Hello sewing friends, I think I've solved my blouse problem, but have I left it too late for Sew April Blouse? If you want to hear about this and other things I've been up to this week, then stick around. Hello everybody and welcome to another Sunday Sews catch up of my channel, and welcome new subscribers. I have had a little flurry of new people, so hello and welcome, and hello for my consistent followers. I love your comments, your feedback. I really love some of the responses on my Tuesday episode about sort of solving the why I don't wear the clothes in my wardrobe. So thank you everybody. I really loved reading the different things that you think and feel, and if you haven't, go and read the comments, because it seems that a lot of us are on a journey where it's not just about wearing colour or not wearing colour, but it's the colour for the time of year, but also having in your wardrobe what you want to wear rather than like your wardrobe being over full, and also how you want to feel. So there's really great comments, so please do hop over and have a look. I would start with what I'm wearing, but most of it is not me made. I have got underneath the 1 hour top in the zebra print. I'll put a little video in here, but this is a jumper from years ago from Tesco's, and I have got on some purple trousers that I found in a charity shop. They're men's Dunlop, I think they're golf trousers, but they're a glorious colour, and I found them in red too, and at £4.99 for a pair of trousers. What can you do? So quite a few bits to catch up on today. I'm going to tell you all about blouses that I've been working on since I shared with you last time that not sure if I could work out why I wasn't wearing blouses. I think I might have worked it out a little bit. Been charity shopping, so I've got that down there. I've done a little bit of fabric shopping, and I've been shopping my stash, and I've had a bit of a failure this week, so lots to get on with. So where shall we start? Let's start with what I found in the charity shop. So where I live, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 charity shops on our little high street. It keeps growing. Some people are annoyed. I'm not annoyed. One of them unfortunately shut at the moment because the beam from above fell down. Some of the buildings are quite old on the street, so that was a shame. One of them always has patterns in, which I love and always have a good look through. Some of the others less consistent with that. One of them often has good like household linen, and one of them colour themes their shop, and I love that because when I'm looking for like bright coloured necklaces, it's easy to know where to look. So on that theme, one shop I found all of these. So 3 of them, these 3 were hung beautifully over a book for like nice colour on a beautiful display, and I just said, I'm really sorry, I'm going to damage your display, and they were like, it's fine. But each of these were £2, and this one has a lovely little gold fixing there, so I'll put these on as I show them to you. Then there was a proper bubblegum pink one. Don't know if it's, oh, it might be okay to double loop. Let's see. So there's that. Can I double loop it? Yes, I can. And then a yellow one as well. So that was like putting sweets on the counter to get those, a bit like Mardi Gras. And then I prowled the rest of the shop and found another glorious one. So I really like this kind because it's the graduated from the big to the small. So I'll put it on as well. Let's layer up while we're doing this. And I've got on my rainbow earrings, which I bought years, well actually I got my other half to buy me years ago, from an Etsy shop for an Easter gift rather than an Easter egg. And I wear them all the time. I love these earrings. I don't do them anymore, otherwise I'd link them. Let's get this one on them. There we go, look at that. So I then found in the same shop a seersucker tablecloth. It was £3. It's a really good size one as well. So this would make like a lovely like summer skirt, and I had a good look. There's no really noticeably huge big stains on it, which is fantastic. So that fit in with the gorgeous spring vibes too. There's a little stain there I've seen, but it's nothing horrific. easy to cut around. And then in the same shop I found what I was looking for, which was the sort of thing I was going for, which is a denim shirt which I want to cut sleeveless to wear over things, in this pursuit to be able to wear the clothes I want to wear at this time of year but still stay warm. I know I need to build layers, and I want the other layers visible. So like today where you can't see this, I did try a layer this morning, it didn't work. So thought, and credit to Paige Joanna, because she did a reel about how she did this with like a denim type shirt. So this is going to become sleeveless to layer, and it's got nice poppers on the front. Somebody's washed this, really like strong, like sort of fabric softener smell. I don't use fabric softener, so I always notice it in other people's. So that was all in one shop, and then in another shop I found some Levi jeans at half the price they were selling them at, for £3.75 in the men's section. Perfect fit. I'll put a picture in here. Now, whoever wore them had taken them up already to the exact length I need. And what I'm going to do, I think, is slim the leg down a bit at the bottom. Now, these are full on like stone wash. You can see why a lot of people wouldn't buy these. But for me, like with this and the zebra top, and I wasn't sure if they were real Levi. I wasn't bothered either way anyway. But they've got this bit inside. And when I was having a good flick through the label, it mentions Levi multiple times in the label as well. So no reason to believe that they're not, but I don't know what. Wow, they're Levi 569. Is that? I don't know very much about Levi. Is that the number there? I suppose I should look them up, shouldn't I? So anyway, full on 80s vibe shopping yesterday when I went. So while we're on the what else did I get, I also got a very happy parcel this week from Becky's Sewing Studio. I will link these down below. One of them, I'm not going to say which one is going to become a raffle prize, either for an in-person social or a virtual. So I'm not going to say because it doesn't ruin the surprise of those. So I got some of this jersey, which is like a stripe, but it's sort of almost like a paint stripe. She's had this for a while now, but I really love it. I just felt with this wearing things that feel like spring, I thought I could make a long sleeve top in this, and it's a lovely sort of bright pink. So I got a metre of that. And then I got, I think it was 2 or 3, I think 3 of this. She's got this in 3 colourways, so that's interesting. The way that blue is showing up so bright. So this has like a sort of burgundy background. She has a white and I can't remember the other background. That blue really popping out on there. So that's a gorgeous like cotton lawn. And then, if you remember the fabric I bought from First Fabrics with my voucher that looked like stained glass or a butterfly, wow, Becky got in one, but this time it has a black background. First Fabrics sold out, and I've been searching and searching, and then I happened to see that Becky had got this. So I think it is it, just in a different colourway. So how could I not? And I knew it would sell out quick as well. And then a little goodie bag of bits that I bought. I'm not going to show them all because again these might appear in people's raffle prizes, etc. But I'll give a little hint. There's some of Becky's lovely badges. There we go. So let's do the failure next. I had a gorgeous dress that my friend lent me who sells vintage that I loved the shape of, but I couldn't wear it because it clearly had a lot of wool content in the fabric and it made me itchy. So I traced it and I made a toile version in this scuba. This is the top, and then it's got 4 panels to the skirt that are cut on the bias. I'll show you like this, cut on the bias. Now obviously it doesn't hang so well in the scuba, so I decided once I tried that on to cut another one out, to make an actual one up. So I did it in this stretch velvet that I got off Swap's table at one of the Southern Socials. So you can see there how much better the skirt hangs. So I was stitching it up, stitched up the top and went to try the top on. I always do that at this point because just want to check things. And here's the top. So looking good. Slight problem. I cut the stretch the wrong way. I tried getting it on. I could not get that waist bit there over my bust. So I was like, no. The skirt's cut the right way. So I've got to recut the top to attach it. So it's just like, oh. I'm pretty sure there's enough fabric left. It's just so frustrating, isn't it? When you're so close. I'm literally one round on the overlocker to join it together to it almost be finished. And now I've got to recut the top. But these things happen, so I will be back to you once that's done. Okay, so let's go on to some more successful things. And there's two of them. So I planned this week, so when you're watching this, it will have already happened. We're one of those time slip things, but I'm recording it before it happens, which is the virtual social, and it's happening Saturday 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's now gone, but there are dates coming for new ones. And I thought I'll cut some patterns out ready to sew, because 4 hours of sewing, that's great, and get a good amount done. But actually I ended up sewing yesterday evening the two things I'd cut out. I was just in the mood. So one day I cut them out at 6:30 in the morning, and then we're sewing them up at 7 p.m. at night. But super glad I did, because two of the ones I cut out and sewed up, one was the Marilla Walker Nautilus top, or Nautilus blouse, which I mentioned I was going to do. Well, I've done a version. And the other one was the Tiana's Closet Romy Lattern sleeve blouse, which was recommended by Sew Sarah Style and is a free pattern. So I'll tell you the story of this fabric in a minute, and the other one I did in this fabric. So let's start with the Romy Lattern sleeve blouse. Now I really liked the look of it on Sarah. Sarah had done one in a drapier fabric and one in a stiffer fabric, and in my attempt to find some sort of woven tops that I will wear, blouses ideally, I thought this could be a good one. Free pattern, which really helps. So I like this fabric, but I didn't love it, so I thought it's a good one, and actually I'm really happy. So I will put down here some photos and video, but look at how the sleeve drapes in this because of the type of fabric. I did the binding so it's all on the inside, almost like a facing, but then did stitch it down to make sure. And I did not do a back opening. There was like binding to do like a little opening at the back. I don't need it at all, and I can't be doing those if I don't need them, and I think Sarah might have said that as well. I can't believe how much I love this. The pattern pieces, if you go to not do it, super annoying. You've got one line for cutting, which is with including the seam allowance, and then another line which you stitch to. Well, you can't see that when you're stitching, so I'm just looking to show you. And I went back because when I cut it, I was like, what? But it is true. So let me just show you. It was super hard. Now I probably should have got a highlighter out and traced which ones. But see, look here, look. You've got this one and this one. And I thought, is it the different sizings? And here, look, try and work out this here. So I'm going to have a look because I imagine it might be a layered pattern, which means that, oh, so I can't make a screen there. It might be a layered pattern, but obviously I had the AO printed. It was a free pattern that came with an AO, so that was thumbs up. So I wonder if you can switch layers off, because that is just like down here trying to work out. But free pattern, worth it, and I took a punt, cut it out, and really love it, and you'll be able to see pictures here. So I've already cut out another one. And I think really depending on what fabric you do to how it will hang. And actually I was looking at this sleeve and thinking, what else could I add this sleeve to? Because it's a really nice sleeve. So I have now cut it out, and possibly by the time you're watching this might have finished this version to sew up at the virtual social. So this is actually a Nerida Hansen fabric. I think it's from a previous collection. It's called Lion and Coyote. I bought it on sale at some point last year. I mean, look at that. I can't wait to wear this version. I mean, so I had a vague memory I had this in my stash. To turn this out, just about squeeze it out. I think you need 1.5 to 2 meters because of the amount of sleeve. If you didn't do that sleeve, then you wouldn't need anywhere near as much. So I think I found a top / blouse that I like. So I'm really happy about that. I'm still going to need layers, aren't I? Because that on its own is not going to keep me warm right now. And then the other one, the Marilla Walker Nautilus, love that too. So this one isn't just a blouse, this is also an upcycle. So I had a dress from Zara in this fabric, and it was a full shirt dress with quite big sleeves, buttoned all the way down the front, slightly flared skirt. And I used to like to wear it, but somehow it just never felt quite comfortable. And I don't know if it was just where it was like the way the collar fitted on my neck, or whether it was quite a crisp fabric, or because it was all the same pattern, whether it was just too, I don't know. But I wore it a few times, but I really, really loved the fabric. And I was like, do you know what? I was having a bit of a clear out again. I really tried to regularly clear out. So I'm just not feeling bogged down by anything that I'm not going to wear or not going to use. And I was like, this has to go. I can't keep keeping this thinking I'll wear it. It's clogging up my wardrobe. And I was like, do you know what? It's got the button placket down the front, and the Nautilus top has one option for a scoop neck and one option for a button placket. So I folded the button placket over because I knew I wouldn't need to sew it. Used the button placket from the skirt, and da-da, no buttonholes needing to be done, no buttons to stitch on. So if you have a shirt dress or a skirt with a button placket down the front, this is your reminder that you can turn it into a top with the buttons already done for you. I really like this. The pattern has an option, as I say, for a more just plain scoop neck front and a sleeve with pleating. So I'm definitely going to try that. But I'm so happy with how this has turned out. Now with both tops, I extended down a little bit because a lot of these are like more cropped, like you can't tuck them in. And well, in this weather, I want to be able to tuck things in because you've got to keep the warmth in. I really should start putting money in a pot every time I mention the weather, shouldn't I? So again, I'll put a video in here. I'm looking, today is a really great day and we've had quite a lot of rain. The birds are going crazy today. So happy days, get to still enjoy this fabric, but get to wear it in something that is just fitting with what I was saying in my last video about wanting colours and patterns. I mean, let's just have a moment. I think just the pink one over the top of that, or even the yellow. This is what I like about these necklaces. Yeah, the yellow's nice, isn't it? So happy days. So again, I was rummaging through things to get rid of, and I had this was a shirt dress, and with buttons all the way down the front, and I've cut that out. Now quite interestingly, this has a lining, so I've cut the lining out with it. We'll see how that goes. So I also cut out, oh, and by the way, for information, I cut the Marilla Walker Nautilus top out in size 1, 2, 3, 4. I looked at the finished measurements. It's a nicely fitted 4. So I am a 36, 31 waist, depending on the day of the week, and a size 4 fits well, as you can see in the picture fits. I've got narrow shoulders, don't forget. And then the Romy Lattern, you want me to tell you, don't you? Oh, that's another thing, the numbers are not on here, you have to count along. So I think I was the 4th one in. I'll put it up here because I can't remember, but again, really happy with the size I cut for me, so I'll put that on the screen. Yes, that was another thing. Look, it's a free pattern, I shouldn't complain, but it was really hard. I should have got the highlighter out. So I've also cut out the sagebrush pattern and the I Am Barbara. Now, lovely Barbara out there who says you're a glamorous Barbara. Do you know what, Barbara? I think that this is going to convince me that I Am Barbara is the best name. How I think the reason that I associate Barbara with certain things is because I was growing up, there was various TV programs, including The Good Life. I don't know if everyone remembers watching that with Tom and Barbara. And actually, maybe it's just that's the association. So Barbara, I'm sure you are super glam. So cut that out. So I'll show you what I cut that out in. So as it's my first go, I cut out a fabric from the swaps table that I like, but I don't love. It's in lovely viscose. So I've gone for the flounce that's here. Let me get the book out and show you. Or not. Picture going in, because I haven't got it up here. But I've got, so you can have a flounce here, here, no, here, here, or here. I've gone for the one up here, I think sitting above my bust to start with, and front and back. So uses 3 meters of fabric. I can't remember what the book said, possibly more, but I got it out of 3. So that's ready to go. Sagebrush, I haven't cut the fabric out yet. The fabric I was going to use, I then picked up and went, I think that would make good trousers. So originally I was going to cut the sagebrush out in this, and then I went, hang on, might they be good trousers? Because then I was thinking you could wear like a top like this, white, yellow, pink, all sorts. So I probably, do you ever have that happen? Let me know if you do, where you have one plan and then you get it out. And I just thought these will make a great pair of the Closet Core sepia pants, because they've got perfect drape, and I could do a contrast inner pocket to break it up, or outer, probably inner pocket. So got to go and look again for what I'll cut out the sagebrush in, because I ended up using that for something else. So then I got all excited. I won't cut any of these out yet until I've tried the I Am Barbara and the sagebrush, because I thought, let's have a little shop on my stash, because it's time to just get some of these tops done. The Nautilus I could do with one with a sleeve. I could definitely make another Romy Lattern. So then I start shopping my stash, just having a nice revisit, and then I start making a mess, because then I got out this lovely plain pink that I've got, and I thought, oh, that's nice. Then I was like, oh, trousers or top, trousers or top, because it's good to have the plains, isn't it? But I was thinking, which do I need it with? And then I was thinking about the tops I'm making, and so, oh, my mind was all over the place. And then, as I say, I saw that. But out of my stash, I've got enough of this left from making the Elodie wrap dress last year to make either the Romy Lattern or the I Am Nautilus, or the sagebrush possibly. So that's definitely going to get made up. You can see why my title was Have I Left It Too Late for the Sew April blouse. I'm going to do it anyway, but I just think this would be a great top. Imagine that with no, that's too much for that. See, my brain's doing that thing again. And then I thought, hang on a minute, and I remember buying this as a remnant from Rainbow Fabrics, and I was thinking, how amazing would that be in an I Am Barbara, because you'd have the patterns of, so that's like 80s dreams, isn't it? Like, put that with these trousers, look at that, and with this over the top as well. Oh, so don't know if I've got enough. I think I might only have 2 meters of this, but let's see how the I Am Barbara goes. And this could be a Romy Lattern, a sagebrush, it could be any of them. It's a lovely drapey one. Now, this is why I like having a stash. Sometimes I get a little bit overwhelmed and I have to clear out my stash a bit, get rid of things I'm definitely not going to wear, tidy things up. But it's in moments like this where I get excited and I find a pattern I like, that I can go through my stash and just enjoy choosing. I have massive respect for people who buy and sew as they go along, or have a tiny stash and mostly sew as it comes in. I'm getting way better at sewing as things come in, and to be honest, I need an extra 4 days in a week at the moment, because I do want to sew what's just come in. For example, I want to sew that pink jersey, etc., but I'm just trying to channel my mind onto one thing at a time, so I'll go back to jersey sewing very soon. But it was lovely. I had a really lovely time this morning. I'm sure my other half didn't agree, because when he came into the sitting room I had it all out over the sofa. But just choosing which fabrics, I nearly got overwhelmed, and I don't know if you get that overwhelm sometimes where there was like too much choice, but then I realised what it was. Because I haven't made a version of the sagebrush or the I Am Barbara yet, I just was like, whoa, hold on a minute, make your toiles and then make your decisions, because the last thing I want to do is cut something when I haven't tried them out. So this is definitely going to be one. We're just waiting to see which one. And then I just had a little revisit of my vintage slash house linen. I can never be sure if they're all vintage. And I thought I'd come back to the, this is not the one I want actually, to the tablecloths I've got. So this wasn't the one I planned to pick up, but this one actually was from my nan's, because this is where my auntie lived, Adelaide. Sadly, my auntie's not with us anymore. That wasn't the one I wanted. In there is a similar one to this. It's like these sort of memento tablecloths, and it's a Welsh one, and it's a bit greener. And I got that out because I definitely want to make that up into a blouse, because it's been sat there, and now I've got choices, and so that's going to happen. So my lovely nan's one, I need to decide what to do with that one, because it's just no point sitting in there. I'm sure I remember my nan having this on the table actually. And then I reminded myself that I have this lovely striped sheet. I've got a couple of these. Now some of them are more brushed cotton. This one is almost more linen-y. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can. I thought this would make a lovely sagebrush, because with the yoke you could play with the direction and with the frill and the sleeve. So let's see how the toile goes, and if it's not the sagebrush, it would make a nice donny. Definitely to lengthen the donny, or it would make a nice Nautilus top that I've just made. So this has come out, and this is not going back, this is going to be made. So can you see there's a stain there? Not a problem, because there's plenty of it that's in a good state. So there we go. So yes, I had made a bit of a mess, turning everything out, getting excited, but just trying to focus on making some blouses. As I say, I've had quite a big turnout, and downstairs in the hallway, 6 bags of things to go. Not all my things, but I decided to get rid of some shoes, just some bits hanging around. I've been pretty ruthless again with clothing that I'm just hanging on to for like sentimental reasons, and not like deeply personal, not like this, like my nan's things, just like I love it but I never wear it, and it's like go, and I am on a mission, like now I've done that with that top, to be going, if I'm not wearing this, can I harvest the fabric and use it for something else? But I need to use it, not stash it up. Wow, I've just looked at the time, almost 30 minutes, ping, like that. And that's what it's like if I get together with somebody to chat. So if you ever want to come to an in-person social, the dates are out. We've got 19th of May is the next one. There's one in June and one in July. They're based in Buckinghamshire, in Princess Risborough. And we have a maximum of 14 people in the room. That includes me. And there's accessibility parking. It's on the ground floor, and you can drop all your items off and then go and park, and the parking is only 5 minutes maximum away. Very reasonable price for the whole day. There's a cafe in the same building. You can walk around the outside of the cafe. We have a swaps table, refreshments and cakes, and I can guarantee you, like, that time will go ping as you're sewing and either listening or joining into chat. There is no expectation to talk. Some people just like sitting and listening. Some people will have little individual chats. Sometimes we have like more of a bigger chat. We end up talking about uncanny, which is like a sort of, are you a team believer or not, about like ghost stories the other day, and someone had been to see the live like talk that they do about it. So it's not all just sewing chat. No one judges your sewing, no one questions what you're doing, but if you want help and you want support, there's always people there that will give you guidance. I would often disappear into the loo, put mine on and come back and ask people. One day I got stuck and a lovely lady came and helped me sort myself out because I've got in a right old pickle. I just was overthinking something. So it's a really lovely group, and we've got lovely Angela there, who said if anyone has a haberdashery emergency, if they message me, she'll bring what you need along because she's got a good stash, and I always have spare bits with me as well. So there are a couple of places left for the next few. Drop us an email. The email is at the end of the vlog, but it is sewcial, SEWCIAL @gmail.com, and the lovely Mary and I will get back to you. Thank you, Mary, for helping me. And if you think it's too far away, or you're not ready to come to an in-person one for whatever reason, or you're busy, there is the virtuals too. Always keep an eye out on here, because I've always put links into the into my details, and on my Instagram account, and on the Southern Social. And there's a Facebook group too, because I know different people like different things, so I do them in all places to make it easy. And again, very much the same, no expectation to talk. If you just want to sit and listen, you don't have to have your camera on, you don't have to have your mic on, and don't have to be there the whole time either. You can come and go as you want. No registers taken, no questioning people where they are or what you're doing. It's a time for you to enjoy being with others. And as I say, you don't have to sew. Some people just sit and chat. Some people do a bit of hand sewing. Some people are full on in the machine. Some people are cutting. It's really up to you. But as I say, it's friends in squares, I like to call them, because we're all on a little screen on squares. And like I said, this time has just whipped by, and I can guarantee you that's what happens when we get together, either in life or virtually, because people will be chatting away, asking things. If you just need a bit of quiet time, you can mute us for a bit. You don't have to. It's really up to you. You can go away for an hour and come back. Sometimes I go away and have my dinner and come back. And the same at the Southern Social, the real ones in person. Some people go off for lunch. Some people eat while they sew. There is no pressure. Some people go early, some people arrive later. If you don't know already, I'm a pretty easygoing person, and you do you and I'll do me, and I'll happily sort these things, but you make it work for you. So on that note, having whittled on now for 30 minutes, I can't believe how quickly it went. I'm off to tidy up the mayhem of everything I've just shown you that's now on the floor, to get ready for the virtual social, because I need to tidy my desk so I can fit my sewing machine and my overlocker on. And I always mute myself when I'm using the overlocker, because no one wants to hear that loud noise. I get myself ready for that, have some lunch before I do, and I will see you on Tuesday with a collaboration introduction. So that's exciting. And popping up this week as well will be a Me Made week, where I've started on this mission of trying to wear the colours I want but staying warm. And I would love to hear if you've got a Me Made pledge. Somebody asked me, where do you find out? So Sozo on Instagram and has a blog. It's the Check Your Threads podcast. She's got whole episodes on it. Jess and I, episode 8, talk about Me Made May as well. So I'd love to know if you've had thoughts from Me Made May. And I'd also love to know if you do like me and get all excited and then change your mind about things that you're making as well. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.